When it comes to Luffy, there is a lot that we can associate with him. We can associate him with being one of the best characters in all of manga. We can associate him with having some of the best transformations in all of anime, like with Gear 5. But if there's one thing that I really like to associate with Luffy, it's that he has quite possibly one of the best costumes in all of One Piece and or in all of anime and manga. And no, I'm not talking about like his post time skip design or anything like that. I'm talking about when my boy puts on that cape in mid Wano. The second Luffy puts on that cape, bro, everything changes. All right. So, a little bit of backstory as to why the cape is so important to One Piece and why I feel like the cape needs to make a comeback at some point. So, when I first started watching One Piece, like I came into One Piece really late. Like I'm talking like when we were like just getting to the roof and stuff like that, and like I saw 1015 on Twitter. First thing I see, Luffy walking up onto the roof with that fucking cape on, and I'm like, who is this dude? Who is this man with all this aura, all this sauce? And like I see dude, the cape just adds so much to Luffy as a character, man. But like I see him with the cape, and I'm like, all right, I need to get started. I need to get started on One Piece. I'm like, all right, he's probably got this cape throughout the whole show. This is probably gonna be fire. I'm watching One Piece. I'm like, where's the cape? Like, I'm like, why doesn't he have the cape throughout the whole show? But then as I'm watching One Piece and as I'm seeing Luffy become more established as a character and like him getting all these accolades, it feels like the cape is kind of like his reward because he says during Wano when he even gets the cape, he's like, "Oh, all proper pirates have something like this," and that's why he has the cape because it's him finally cementing himself as like a legendary pirate, a pirate that's going to be a Yonko. Like this is him like showing that he's one step closer to being king of the pirates with this cape, and like I don't think Oda realized just how like influential and like based the cape truly was because at least for me, like I thought the cape was like always a part of Luffy's design. Like I thought that was how he always looked, that he had the cape on. So like imagine my surprise when I realized like he didn't have the cape and he had to work up to it throughout all this time. And like the cape felt random too when he got it. Like but when he put the cape on, it felt so natural. Like it felt like such a natural thing for Luffy to put on. But that's neither here nor there. Why do I feel like Luffy's cape desperately needs to make a comeback? Well, ever since Luffy stopped wearing the cape, it felt like he's missing something to his design. Like it feels weird now without him having it on. Because once he put the cape on in Wano, like it just felt natural. It felt like that was a part of him. So when immediately after we're done fighting Kaido and the cape is just gone, I'm like this feels weird. Like why doesn't he have the cape anymore? Like the cape to me became like interconnected with his identity as the straw hat did in like just one arc, like just one stretch of the arc. Like the cape felt so important in my opinion. Like it's not even that the cape looked cool. It's what the cape represented. It's about like this cape I think literally represented Luffy becoming like conquering all these things and becoming like the pirate that he is today. Like that cape was his reward for everything that he's accomplished in the series in my opinion. So the fact now that he doesn't have the cape, it feels weird. Like going from having the cape that like was so cool throughout all of the raid on Onigashima to him not having it in Egghead, it feels weird that nobody brings it up anymore. Like the cape, because like to me, the cape felt like such a cool moment and like such an important moment in all of One Piece. Because like at least to me, that was like the biggest design change to Luffy. Because like he always kind of had like similar outfits on, like throughout post pre time skip and post time skip, just different variations of the color. But like now he's got the cape, So like the cape is like the biggest like design change that he's ever had. So I don't know if like they just didn't want to like animate it anymore or something like that. That could probably be the case. But like I really hope that the cape does make a return like Final War or something like that. Like after we're done, like now that we're done with Egghead, moving into Elbaf, Luffy already has like kind of like a cape again. So I think the cape is something that Oda does like. Like he's incorporating some sort of cape with Luffy in his new Elbaf design. So I think capes are like something Oda wants to do for Luffy. It's just he's going to create different variations of them, which I'm fine with. As long as Luffy has some form of cape, I think that's cool. But I really want him to go back to like the black cape. The black cape is just so iconic, man. Especially like when you look at episode 1015, bro. Every shot of Luffy is just so much cooler because he has the cape. Like, I don't know if Luffy would have had that much aura and all that in 1015 if he didn't have the cape. The cape just added so much to Luffy as a character. Like it was just so cool. Like the cape added like a X factor to Luffy as a character for me. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but like the cape itself like felt like a character. It felt like it added to Luffy and like made him like more of a threat in my opinion. I don't know. That's just kind of me rambling about it a little bit. Overall, I really miss the cape. And I really hope Oda brings it back. And honestly, I think it could make a comeback in Final War. I could see it making a comeback then. Where like Luffy, similar to him, like back on the raid in Onigashima, he's like, all right, it's time for me to put the cape on, time for me to get serious. Like I feel like he's waiting to put it back on for like something serious again. And like what better time to put the cape back on than when shit goes left, time for the final war, and like Luffy has to like fight for his place to be the king of the pirates, and that's when he puts the cape on. I think that would be really cool. Like bring it back then. Please, Oda, I beg. Bring back the cape. So clean. And I don't know. I don't know if like the community feels the same way as me. Cause like I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about this. But like the cape is just so cool. Like that's pretty much all I can say, man. It's just like the cape was such a good design change to Luffy's character that's just not talked about enough. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like so clean. Like when you look at his egghead design and compare it to his Onigashima design, it's like night and day, man. Like the Rado Onigashima design with the cape washes his egghead design. But like as I said, the Elbaf design is incorporating some sort of cape with his Elbaf design. So I actually like that a lot. I was like, okay, I like this. So, like I said, Oda's probably like taking cues from Wano again and incorporating some sort of cape. But overall, I really hope the original cape makes a comeback because it for me, it changed One Piece. It changed Luffy as a character, and that's honestly something that I really appreciated about the cape. Like it created a sense of like, yeah, like this series has evolved in a way. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys love Luffy's cape as much as I do? Do you guys hope it makes a comeback in the future? Or do you guys think it doesn't really matter and Luffy doesn't need the cape back? Let me know what you guys think about Luffy's cape and if you guys think it's peak or not. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. And as always, I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Bye.